You're being lied to with math. Not vague marketing language, actual numbers that have been quietly manipulated to justify prices that would embarrass any other industry. Today, I ran the calculation nobody in golf wants you to see. I took every major driver on the market, found the independent robot-tested distance gains, and divided the price by the yards. What came back should make you furious. Let's start with the worst offenders. Number 10. The Ping G430. At $599 fun, Ping markets this as their most forgiving driver ever built. Myopic face technology, infinite toe droop, reactive face matrix. Stunning words. The robot data tells a different story. Average distance gain over a 3-year-old Ping C410, 2.1 yards. That's $285 per yard of improvement. You are spending the equivalent of a weekend golf trip for 2 yards. You will lose the moment you hit a bad range session. Ping builds quality clubs. That's not the argument. The argument is that 501 Anglers for 2 yards is not quality. It's branding. Number 9. Cobra Aerojet. $549. Cobra positions itself as the rebel brand, the disruptor, the option for golfers who see through the big two. HOT face technology, 360 carbon fiber crown, PWR Core weighting system. Independent testing puts the Aerojet at 1.8 yards over the previous generation. 1.8 yards for $549. That's 300 leap flowers per yard. The Rebel brand charges the same rebellion tax as everyone else. The only thing disrupting here is your bank account. Number 8. Cleveland Launcher XL2, $399. Now this one stings differently because Cleveland prices lower than the big names, which makes the cost per yard calculation feel reasonable. It isn't. The XL2 delivers 1.3 yards over its predecessor. That's $307 per yard. A budget brand charging budget prices still delivers budget distance gains. The math doesn't get kinder just because the starting number is smaller. Number 7. Titleist TSR3. 5. Done. Titleist drivers are for the golfer who needs the course to know they're serious. The TSR3 has a variable face thickness, a SurFit CG track, and a crown that's been thinned to shift mass to the perimeter. Robot testing across multiple independent labs shows an average gain of 1.6 yards over the TSR2. $599 divided by 1.6 yards, $374 per yard. You are funding the Titleist logo on your head cover more than you are funding distance. Number 6. TaylorMade Qi 10. $590 every January. TaylorMade drops a new revolution. Twist face was the future until carbon wood arrived. Carbon wood was the future until the Qi redesign showed up. The Qi 10 features a 60X carbon crown, a 10K carbon sole, and an inertia generator that sounds like it belongs on a spacecraft. Robot testing versus the Stealth 2 from 1 year prior. 1.4 yards, $420 per yard. TaylorMade doesn't sell distance. TaylorMade sells this year's adjective. You're paying $428 per yard to use the newest one. Number 5. Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke. $500. A supercomputer designed this driver. That is literally the marketing. Artificial intelligence optimized every millimeter of the face for your specific ball speed. Callaway calls it the most sophisticated driver face ever created. Independent robot testing versus the Paradigm from the previous generation. 1.5 yards, $319 per yard. You paid a supercomputer $319 per yard to tell you what a human engineer figured out with a lathe and a test robot 20 years ago. Number 4. Srixon ZX7 MKII. $499. Srixon is the quiet assassin of the golf equipment world. Low marketing spend. No massive tour contracts. Just engineers making clubs in Japan with rebound frame technology and a variable thickness face. So you'd expect the cost per yard math to respect that restraint. 1.2 yards over the original ZX7. $400 to $16 per yard. Even the understated brands are charging you $400 per yard once you do the math. The silence isn't humility, it's just a different kind of markup. Number 3, PXG 0811X GN6, $500. Bob Parsons built PXG on the promise that direct-to-consumer meant honest pricing, no retail markup, just performance at cost. The GN6 driver features precision-milled titanium, adjustable weighting, and a face insert that PXG claims produces ball speeds no other driver can match. Robot test against the GN5 from 2 years prior. 1.1 yards, 454 hours per yard. PXG didn't remove the middleman. PXG became the middleman and charged you 454 hours per yard to hear the origin story. Number 2, Scotty Cameron Phantom X driver. No, that's not a real product, and they'd never make one. But PXG tried the driver game, and that's almost funnier. Here's who actually earns the number 2 spot. Tailor-made, bespoke, custom. When tailor-made standard QA10 isn't enough, they offer a custom-build program where you can engrave your name, choose from 47 custom color combinations, and add a personalized shaft band. Prices start at $750. Robot testing shows identical performance to the standard QI10. 0 additional yards. Literally $750 divided by 0 improvement. The cost per yard is mathematically undefined because you are buying pure identity. This is the pinnacle of the formula. Number 1, the Titleist TSR4, $699. This is the highest-priced driver Titleist makes, aimed at the fastest swingers with the lowest handicaps, ultra-low spin, tour-level launch. The kind of club that signals to every person on the tee box that you know exactly what you're doing. Independent robot testing across 3 separate labs compared it to a 2021 Titleist TSI4. Average distance gain, 0.8 yards. 699 divided by 0.8 yards. 893 per yard. $873 per yard of improvement. That is the most expensive distance in professional golf retail. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the cost per yard calculation doesn't just expose what's overpriced, it reveals exactly what's worth it. Number 5. The Cobra F-Max Airspeed. $249. Cobra's senior-focused, lightweight driver built for moderate swing speeds. Independent testing versus a 5-year-old driver for the target demographic. Average distance gain, 4.8 yards, $52 per yard. Not because Cobra suddenly became generous, because the golfer upgrading from an old mismatched club to a properly fitted lightweight driver is actually getting real measurable distance. That's what $52 per yard looks like. Number 4, sub-70 639DD driver, $299. Direct-to-consumer, no tour contracts, no Super Bowl commercials. The 639DD uses adjustable weighting and a titanium cup face, manufactured in the same OEM facilities, producing drivers for brands charging twice the price. Testing against a 2-year-old retail driver in the same price tier. Average gain, 3.2 yards, $93 per yard. You're not paying for Rory McIlroy, you're paying for the face and the shaft. This is what honest cost per yard looks like. Number 3, Cleveland Launcher Turbo, $119. The previous generation Cleveland driver now sitting on clearance racks across the country. Tests identically to its replacement in robot testing. 0 statistical difference across 500 shots at 95 miles per hour club speed, but it cost $199 instead of $399. If you were going to buy a Cleveland anyway, buying last year's model is $200 per yard cheaper. That's not compromise, that's arithmetic. Number 2, the Callaway Paradigm from 2 years ago. Right now you can find it for $249 to $299 on the secondary market. Remember the AI smoke that beat it by 1.5 yards? That gap cost you $300 on a new purchase. You can close most of that distance gap by getting properly fitted for the shaft in the older model instead. A $75 shaft fitting on a $249 driver will outperform a $590 driver with the wrong shaft every single time. The best cost per yard in Callaway's lineup is the one Callaway is no longer selling. Number 1, any driver you already own, fitted correctly. This is the number that the entire industry is built to make you forget. If you are playing a driver from the past 3 years with the wrong shaft weight, the wrong flex, or the wrong loft setting, you are losing between 4 and 12 yards to fit alone. A professional club fitting costs $75 to $150 at most facilities. If it returns 8 yards to your drives, you have paid between $9 and $18 per yard. That is the lowest cost per yard available in golf. Lower than anything Callaway, TaylorMade, Titleist, or Ping will ever sell you. Lower than everything on this list combined. The golf equipment industry is a $9 billion business built on one assumption, that you will never do this math. The cost per yard calculation doesn't care about carbon fiber crowns, supercomputers, or spacecraft weighting systems. It asks one question: how many yards did I actually buy? Run that number, and you'll never look at a $599 driver the same way again. Which brand's cost per yard shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments.